Exploring the tenths, a fun dive into decimals. Hello, English learners. Today, we're going to be exploring a fascinating part of English numbers, the tenths. This topic belongs to the world of decimals, and understanding this will greatly boost your knowledge and fluency in English numbers. So, let's begin our journey into the tenths. Before we get into the concept of tenths, it's crucial to understand decimals. Decimals are fractions that are represented in a different way. Instead of writing 1/2, for instance, we write 0.5 in decimal notation. The point here is known as the decimal point, and it's a critical part of understanding decimals. Now that we've understood decimals, let's get into the main topic, tenths. The first place value after the decimal point is called the tenths place. For example, in the number 0.5, the 5 is in the tenths place. It means that we have half or 5/10 of a whole. It's called tenths because each whole is divided into 10 equal parts, and the digit in this place tells us how many of these parts we have. The key to mastering tenths is being able to identify them in numbers. Remember, the tenths place is the first place after the decimal point. So, in the number 1.3, the 3 is in the tenths place. This means we have 1 whole and 3/10. If you see a number like 2.7, the 7 is in the tenths place, which means 2 wholes and 7/10. When we say these numbers out loud, we often use the word point for the decimal point. For instance, 0.5 is said as 0.5, and 1.3 is pronounced as 1.3. The number 2.7 is pronounced as 2.7. Practicing these pronunciations will help you become more fluent in English. That's it for today's lesson on tenths. Hopefully, you now understand what the tenths place in a decimal number is, how to identify it, and how to pronounce these numbers. Remember, practice is key when it comes to learning English. Keep practicing these decimal numbers, and you'll be a pro in no time. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.